trying to back off a little bit. You're far too close to the guard of it. No, don't overtake us, Ocon. Don't be a knob again. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing okay, and if you're new here, thanks for joining us. Welcome back to F1 2020 and for episode 2. So before we do any driving, we've got a few things to sort out. The first one being, I chose the number 30 as I thought it looked like a BO, and with the JUM on the abbreviation, I thought it spelled jumbo. I don't know why I didn't think of number 80 instead, because obviously that looks much more like a B and an O. So we're going to change it to number 80 from 30. The next thing we need to do is get a secondary sponsor. So we've actually got another sponsor slot that's come up available. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so these are all the secondary sponsors. And just by sorting them by weekly income, we're going to go with this one, so Atlantic. I'm not too fussed about the gold bonus, because if we do it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. The weekly income is the main thing, as that's a guaranteed money. Good, so we signed them. The gold bonus is actually as a team to complete a total of 75 laps during a race weekend. I think we should be able to do that with relative ease, so that'll be good as well. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is actually put that sponsorship on the car. Okay, so as you can see, you've got Slingshot as our main sponsor and Atlantic is our secondary sponsor there. I have just found out now you can actually add the same two sponsors all over the car if you want, so you can pad it out. So I might just try that and just see what it looks. If it looks crap, I'll just take it all off, but we'll see. The other thing you can do is, if you wanted to, you can change the colour of the sponsor if you wanted. So you can have it any colour you want, which is quite cool, but I think I'm probably going to stick with white. Okay, so that's the new car livery with the sponsors on. I've put a few on of the same two, but it doesn't actually look that bad, so I might just keep it for the time being. Just pads out the car a little bit. As you can see, we've got 1.75 million, so I think we should try and spend some of that money. It seems silly just to be hoarding it for the sake of it. So here we have driver perks, which I might actually spend some of the money on just to help us get along. So you have social media team, which gives your acclaim a boost by 10%. Power mapping, which reduces engine wear by 10%. Media coaching, which gives you more answers available in interviews, which could be useful, I'm not sure. And developmental feedback, which gives you an extra 10% boost to your resource points, which I think will be very valuable, so I might just top that up now. Okay, so when you actually buy these perks, it's not just purely based on money, it's also based on your acclaim level. So here I have enough money to buy it, but my acclaim level isn't high enough. So I bought 3 of them. I bought everything except media coaching, so everything's up to level 1. So after buying those driver perks, we're down to 1 million. So we have got 1,280 resource points, so I think we should try using some of them now. So I'm going to improve the durability, because we did take a bit of a battering durability wise in the Australian Grand Prix, and that is going to come after the Vietnam Grand Prix, so it's going to take a little while. So the spark plug will be developed and be ready after our next current Grand Prix. So after the Bahrain Grand Prix, this should be ready, if it doesn't fail. Okay, so that's all the parts that are in development. And the last thing we need to do is fill in the time between the next Grand Prix. So we've got 2 days there, and we're going to do the sponsored event, which is a fundraiser, which gives us 100 acclaim points, I think, and it costs a little bit of money, but we've still got about 1 million, so that's totally fine. Okay, so let's go to Bahrain. Yep, so as I was saying, that's the durability tab there. We used 22% of one engine just on that last weekend. If we keep up that level of wear, we're going to run out of an engine after 4 races. So we've only got 3 engines for the whole year, so it's only 12 races, so it's only just over halfway throughout a season. So unless we sort out our durability, we are going to get into a lot of grid penalties. Okay, so in FP1 we did some track acclimatization and just a few of the other programs just to go through it. So yeah, we actually came top at the end of FP1. I think that's purely because we did a qualifying run and we're on the soft tyre compared to everyone else, where they're probably just mucking around getting used to the track. and Alesi came down in 19th, but he was only on the hard tyre. And FP2 was a similar sort of story, just trying to get some laps under our belt and get used to the track and the setup. Okay, so that's the end of all the practice sessions. We finished third on the last practice session there. We also managed to do all the practice mini games, if that's what you call them, to get all the resource points. So we got pretty much maximum resource points, which is always good. Okay, so here we are for quali. What I'll try and do is get out, get an early banker lap in, and then try and go out the end. Hopefully this time we won't crash into anyone. In terms of car setup, we've got 3.5 on the wings. Haven't done too much with the diff. Suspension geometry is pretty much the same. Suspension I have stiffened up, and the ride height I've dropped a bit. Brake and tyres I've left as well, so I haven't changed too much, but just a little bit. Okay, so this will be quali lap number 1. Let's see how we get on. Oh, overshot that. Ah, that's annoying. Managed to keep it on the tarmac though. This corner is so tricky. It's too slow, far too slow through there. Down to gear 4. Run wide. It's a scrappy lap. It's a very scrappy lap. What was that? 129.5. I'm not sure where that puts us really. So with just over 4 minutes to go, you can see we're behind our teammate in P17, just behind him by about 0.05 of a second. So it is doable. Let's get out there and see what we can do. Just trying to back off a little bit. We're far too close to Ricardo there. No, don't overtake us, Ocon. Don't be a knob again. What is up with Ocon? Okay, so we somehow managed to be right up behind Ocon once again for another flying lap, for goodness sake. And we've kind of hit. But I'm actually up, which is interesting. Oh, I've gone so wide there. Little lock up there, but I think that's alright. Got to try and nail this corner this time. Oh, we're taking too much curb. Oh, we lost so much time there. Nice. Still up by 2.5 seconds.
Stop being a damn fool!
Oh, that was a good exit, much better that time. Right, DRS up to the line. Where did that put us? 18th. Right. So I think we went backwards. So there you have it. We qualified 18th, just behind our teammate Alesi. Not much in it, just under 0.2 in it. I do think we kept messing up that, I'm not sure what turn it is, the one where it sort of dips down into the long straight afterwards. That seems to be a nightmare. I either lock it up or I brake way too early. I can't seem to find the middle ground. Other than that though, the laps were okay, other than the fact we got into another fight with Ocon on that second attempt. Oh, what a nightmare we're having with Ocon. Okay, so let's go racing.
The stage is set for another enthralling race here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. A Ferrari stronghold in years gone by, but will they be able to add to their record today? We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10.
That's the one that I struggle at, turn 10. He's just said it, Crofty.
Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Now I want to ask you about Lewis Hamilton. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Sainz, Norris, Perez, Ricciardo, and Lance Stroll, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen, and Magnussen. Hamilton, they've taken a grid penalty. Alesi, Wang, and Roman Grosjean. Russell, Gasly, Ocon, and Nicholas Latifi.
Flipping
Which of
Ocon.
these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So Hamilton's been changing his engine components, so it's not just us that are struggling with the durability of the engine. Even the top team like Mercedes is as well. So Hamilton's literally just in front of us, and our teammate is just to our right there. So this could be quite feisty going into turn 1. So what we're going to do race strategy wise is go on the medium tyre first and then go on the softer tyre at the end. It seemed to work out quite well last race, so we've got to hope it does that again in this one. With that all being set up, let's go racing. And away we go. We're going to send it a big boy dive. Big boy dive bomb. Collision with Russell. When did that happen? Who's got us? Kvyat. And Magnussen is going to go back up the inside of Kvyat. Can I make it stick? Not quite. Need to stay off these curbs. They're killers, they are.
That's a decent start. Good job.
Thanks, Jeff. Slight lock up, but it's alright. Not a bad first lap, we're up to 13th. It's okay. Magnussen's going to try and go around the outside, is he? He's still there. He had to pull out of that. Oh, it's Hamilton. Blimey. Go away, Hamilton. Again, locking up there. That corner's so hard. Somehow keeping Hamilton behind us. I've got no idea how we're doing that. Oh, skid marks. We are living up to our name today. We're leaving them all over the track. Well, we might have a look here. Oh, we did. Pushed us wide. We backed out of it again. So here's Hamilton's perspective. He just sends one up the inside, really late on the brakes. Didn't quite work though, did it?
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within
Oh, I
1
did
second
not
of
know
the
he
car
was there
ahead.
though. Oh, look how quick he is. I'm just going to let him go because that is not our fight. There's our big skid mark, and again. Oh, we're going to have no tyres left. This is the killer. Well, we've actually done it that time. Seemed to be alright that time actually. Maybe we're learning.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy.
That's what I'm doing, Jeffrey. Don't worry, brother. So Magnussen is pretty much half a second behind us. I'll turn in. Set 2 green sectors in a row. Let's probably because we're not fighting someone this lap, really. Better run wide, aren't we? Managed to keep on the straight and narrow. He's still there, Magnussen. I can't shake him. We are now 4 seconds behind. I got it messed up. 4 seconds behind Hamilton and Kvyat.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.3 seconds.
That's just what I was telling them, Jeff. Another skid mark, because I'm messing that one up now loads. That one was alright before. Oh no. Oh, Magnussen.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too
Really?
much damage. Check
Is that
your
my
FD
fault?
for a new strategy option.
I don't think so. I'll have to have a look at that again. Okay, so here it is. So we've just gone wide there. Yeah, I think that's more our fault then, really, isn't it? We just come into collision with Magnussen and just hit a few cars there on the way round. Okay, so this is on board Magnussen. This will be the best perspective. So actually just run wide, lose the back end a little bit, and just collect him. Yeah. Yeah, not much Magnussen's actually done wrong there. So this is Giovinazzi, this is the Alpha. I think we end up collecting as well. So yeah, hit him, spin round. Yeah, he's got nowhere to go. He probably could have done a bit better maybe, but it all happened so fast, and that's his front wing gone.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Well, yeah, because we haven't got a front wing, Jeff. Yeah, we'll try and make the softs work then, I guess. I'm not sure that's going to do it, but... second race in a row, we're changing the nose.
Go, go, go. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Oh, I am gutted. I thought we were doing really well. Oh well, just got to get my head down now. It's a lot earlier than we were originally planning, so we've got to do a lot of laps on this tyre now. What's a little bit concerning is that we're on better tyres and we're still not really gaining on Giovinazzi. That was better though. Okay, we gained a bit on him that time. Not enough though. We're much closer this time. Oh, it's down the road. Come on, car. If I can get him, I'm just going to save it. Oh, a bit of contact there.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Any damage? I think we're alright. Oh, he moved over under braking. Is he allowed to do that? Oh, no. Tell me the tyres are going already. Well, there will be if I keep doing that. Right, 5 laps to go. We're a second behind Giovinazzi. But I think the tyres are already starting to go, which is a little bit concerning since we've got 5 laps to go. Again, losing traction, man. And Latifi's proper slow though. it's not the best place to get them though, is it? It's a bit risky going up here. Should I come somewhere up here? Yeah, let's go for it. Oh, that was a good move, just about made that stick. So here's another angle of us getting past Giovinazzi. Yeah, that's just a nice clean move. Come on, this should be light work. Nicely done. Right, so we're 2.7 seconds behind Ocon, who seems to be our new rival. And just under 3 seconds behind Lacey. We might be able to get Lacey, you know. I'll say that I left the ERS on again. No, too deep. Could not get the car to stop. And Giovinazzi's all over me. He's going to do this, isn't he? No, this is where we lost it with Magnussen.
This is your final lap.
Right, Rich, let's see if we can do it. Give me everything. Alright, we'll cook that. Ah. That was stupid.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
No, that's fine, Jeff. Oh, and again. Oh, this has been bad. Oh dear, not a great race. Yeah, tyres weren't looking good at the end either. That was a tough one. That was a real tough race.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So that's the race. That was quite a tough race from our perspective, especially after the collision with Magnussen. Just having a look through the field, Ricciardo had a great race. Started 9th and finished 4th. That's very impressive in a Renault. Obviously Hamilton started 15th and ended up 9th. It's not a bad go either. So looking at the skid mark racing cars, you can see Lacey finished 18th and me in 20th. Pace wise, I think I was thereabouts. As you can see, my fastest lap was actually a second quicker than a Lacey, so I think I did have the pace, just unfortunate with the incident with Magnussen really. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Not the cleanest race or the result we wanted, but we'll move on to the next race and hopefully we'll have a better result there. If you enjoyed today's video, then a like is always appreciated, and if you'd like to see similar content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Alright, that's all for me. I'll see you in the next one.